What if the symptoms of final awakening in the body that only the chosen ones feel is not just a concept, but the access code to a reality that already exists beyond what you can see? There is a silent space beyond the reach of the eyes where these symptoms already pulsate as an active force, shaping possibilities even without your conscious permission. But if that's true, why do you still feel like your dreams are far away, even when you do everything that feels right? What's holding you back is out or inside. Today, you will have access to that space where your power does not depend on luck, extreme effort, or external validation. You will rediscover what has always been there, the intelligence of creation flowing into you. You are not an accident in a random universe. You are a transmitter of vibrational codes. And the final awakening is yet another call from your consciousness to remember who you really are. Comment now, "I activate my quantum reality." And tell me, where in the world are you watching this video right now? I want to know how far this energy is spreading. What you discover today can not only change the way you interpret the world, but also transform the way you create your own reality. These 5 symptoms are not mere physical signs. They are hidden vibrations that work as a bridge between what is invisible inside you and what appears on the outside. When we awaken this frequency, every thought, intention, and emotion becomes a beam of energy that shapes the experiences we manifest. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, author of You Create Your Own Reality and Awaken Your Potential, reality is not something fixed, but rather a language composed of vibrational patterns that reflect our internal states. He states that our thoughts, intentions, and essence form a subtle grammar that dictates what appears in our world. Thus, the final awakening reveals the code that allows us to write new stories into the fabric of existence. To ignore this vibratory language is to continue operating with old codes, repeating patterns that no longer serve. It's like trying to change the image reflected in the mirror without changing the smile you display. What you project from the outside remains the same, because it hasn't altered the energy that's inside. When you recognize and utilize this invisible language, everything aligns. Answers come faster, coincidences make sense, and trust springs from the inside out, as if every cell in your body breathes in tune with the universe. You start to feel, almost like a second skin, that you are connected to something bigger than yourself. If this content is already sparking something new in you, subscribe to the channel now. And if you'd like to support this expansion, click Super Thanks below. Your energy amplifies the message to more people. In the next few steps, we will dive into the inner vibrational code, how it actually functions in the invisible dimension before it manifests in the physical world. But how exactly is this invisible force organized? How does the final awakening structure your 5 symptoms before it reveals itself as a concrete outcome in your life? Imagine that there is an invisible workshop inside you. Every thought, emotion, and intention functions as a vibratory tool in this inner space. This is where the final awakening begins to take shape, like a sculpture made of energy, even before it becomes the reality you experience. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, external reality is an express reflection of the deepest internal states. He taught that thought waves create patterns of energy that, when aligned, imprint themselves on the quantum field, bringing out what you visualize. This is exactly what happens. Its vibration turns into language, and the universe, like a mirror, responds. In this process, the 5 rare symptoms function as signals that your body sends when the internal frequency reaches a breaking point, indicating that the new reality is about to manifest. Without even realizing it, you're already broadcasting this invisible language all the time. Your fears, your faith, your silent intent, All of this creates the basis of what you experience. The big question is, how often do you consciously program your reality? And now that you understand how this symbolic mechanism works, let's reveal the 3 pillars that consciously activate this field: deliberate intention, aligned emotion, and vibratory frequency. In the same way that a sculptor shapes stone, you can from the inside out sculpt the reality you want to live. Now that you have seen how the vibrational code quietly sculpts your life, it's time to fine-tune the very engine that sends those signals into the universe. 3 elements determine whether you are in sync with the reality you wish to invite: a clear intention, a felt emotion, and a compatible frequency. Intention is the starting point, but it must be more than a vague yearning. Imagine it as a compass that not only points north, but also tells you the exact coordinates and the reason for the journey. The quantum mind responds to precise commands. An intention that is half-formed is like aiming a bow without sight. The arrow will fly, but it misses its mark. Emotion is the vibrational engine that powers your intention. When you stir gratitude, love, or excitement for what has not yet arrived, you are magnetizing that reality. Think of emotion as the Wi-Fi signal that carries your intention through the invisible network. Without it, the signal is weak and the connection falters. Frequency is the continuous pattern of your energy. It is not a momentary thought, but the baseline that you maintain day after day. Picture it as the background track of a song. It may be quiet, but it defines the mood of the entire piece. When your thoughts and feelings resonate at the same tone, they attract experiences that echo that rhythm. When intention, emotion, and frequency are aligned, the only missing piece is the bridge that carries the idea from the inner world to the outer. That bridge is the inspired action. It is the subtle, purposeful movement that translates the internal signal into visible reality. In the next step, we will uncover how to ignite that action, turning your inner alignment into tangible, lived experience. Intention, emotion, and frequency create the invisible network that vibrates within you. But there is one last link that makes this energy cross dimensions and touch the physical world: conscious action. What we call inspired action is not a frantic race for results, nor a forced effort that pushes the body and mind to the limit. It is the response that arises from inner silence, when an idea or opportunity appears lightly, almost like a sigh. When movement is born from a state of vibrational alignment, it flows naturally, without weight, as if it were one's own body following its own music. Many confuse this action with agitation. When we act under fear, pressure, or comparison, what we produce is a scarcity field, a noise that attracts the same vibration. The universe, however, responds to coherence, not urgency. The right step at the right frequency is what turns the wish into reality. How do you recognize that the impulse you feel is really aligning? You will perceive a relief, an inner expansion, a clarity that does not require justification. It could be an insight that comes up suddenly, the desire to study something that seems to have revealed itself around you, an unexpected conversation that brings a new point of view, or even the feeling that an invitation is fitting perfectly into your path. What distinguishes these moments of tension and doubt is the absence of internal conflict. There is only a serene presence of certainty. Now that you know the value of this bridge between the inside and the outside, let's delve into the mental practices that accelerate the emergence of these aligned movements. In the next step, you will learn to visualize, affirm, and anchor this frequency in your everyday life, transforming every gesture into an act of prayer in motion. Before movement, there is an invisible foundation that must be cultivated daily: an aligned mind, an expanded heart, and a present body. It is in this state of preparation that quantum anchoring techniques emerge, capable of transforming the internal vibration into concrete action. Set aside 3 to 5 minutes every day to step into your desired reality. Imagine the scene with all the colors, textures, sounds, and smells that complete it. Feel within you the sensation of really living that moment, loaded with joy and anticipatory gratitude. When the auditory, tactile, and olfactory experience mixes with emotion, you create the most potent vibrational code there is. Choose phrases that reflect your current reality, but that already indicate the path to the future. Instead of saying, "I'm rich," say, "I'm increasingly aligned with the opportunities that increase my prosperity." By stating something that your subconscious recognizes as true, you remove the resistance within and allow the message to anchor deeper into your energy field. Meditation, even if short, makes room for the universe to respond to your internal state. In silence, your inner sensations become clearer, mental noise decreases, and the current of energy flows without resistance. To be present is to keep a magnet alive. The more centered, the more we attract that which is in harmony with our current vibration. Even practicing these techniques, many continue to feel invisible barriers that sabotage progress. In the next stage, we will identify these silent blocks, fears, limiting beliefs, and self-sabotaging patterns, and learn to consciously reprogram them. From there, your quantum vibration will gain the clarity necessary to fully manifest the 5 symptoms that only the chosen ones perceive. Even when you already practice visualizations, affirmations, and meditation, you may feel that something is still blocking the flow. This happens because, underneath all the conscious energy, there are invisible programs that sabotage the vibration you want to send. These blocks are like hidden codes that have been installed throughout your life, in family stories, in the first pains, in the little messages you absorbed without realizing it. They are vibrational filters that reinterpret everything you emit, transforming good intentions into resistance. You recognize these patterns when you feel, for example, that impulse to self-sabotage before a big step, the procrastination that seems to have its own logic, the feeling of not deserving to receive, or the constant fear of failure. Even if you consciously want to thrive, if the energetic base is adjusted to fear and scarcity, the field around you will respond with resistance, as if it were an invisible wall. The key to reprogramming these patterns is awareness, naming, and deliberately choosing a new vibration. Watch each time the saboteur spawns. Pause. Breathe. Instead of reacting automatically, give space to name what's going on. I'm feeling afraid of rejection. Then consciously decide not to feed that emotion. Replace the automatic with a vibrational command that you feel within yourself. I am worthy of receiving. I feel gratitude and trust. Each time you do this, you're pasting a new piece of code into your inner field. Identifying blockages is only the first step. The next is to install new codes, frequencies that reflect who you really are, strong, generous, aligned with your highest purpose. In the next step, we will build this new vibrational system with practices that will guide you in creating an interior that breathes expansion and not scarcity. You're not broke. These standards are just chapters that still need to be rewritten. So breathe, name, release, and rewrite. And soon you'll see the difference when the vibrations you send out finally find the door open. Now that you've identified the patterns that were limiting your vibration, it's time to make a choice, install new code. And that starts with mindfulness and true intention. Vibrational codes are like energetic signatures. They are born from the union between what you think, feel, believe, and decide. Every positive thought, every aligned word, and every conscious micro-action are lines of code inserted into your inner field. The installation happens when you repeat, with emotion, the state you want to live. Use affirmations that echo your truth, visualize in detail, and speak as if you're already in that place. But most of all, act consistently with this new field. Thinking is the first step, but acting in tune is what fixes the code in your vibrational fabric. These codes need nurturing. A vibration journal can record your states, and presence reminders help you stay focused. The idea is not to monitor every thought, but to cultivate a dominant internal state that becomes natural over time. And when this code begins to consolidate, the external world responds. In the next step, we'll show you how to recognize the early evidence of manifestation happening and how to amplify those signals even further, turning what you want into tangible reality. When the new codes begin to take hold in your vibrational field, the external reality responds, not with immediate bursts, but with signals, small reflections that reveal that your new frequency is active. These signs of manifestation are like dimensional mirrors. There are small events, significant coincidences, numerical repetitions, lucid dreams, sudden mood swings, people who bring answers that you were silently looking for, or even a sense of time that fluctuates unexpectedly. Each of them is an echo of the field saying, "We are listening to your vibration." To recognize them, one must sharpen their symbolic perception. A number that appears repeatedly on the clock, on a receipt, on a street sign, a vivid dream that carries a message, an abrupt change in mood that signals an internal alignment. Someone who, without asking, offers the solution you thought you'd find, or the feeling that the clock is slower or faster when you accept something new. The key is to be present, to observe without judging, and to interpret with the heart, not just logic. When you recognize a sign and feel gratitude, you intensify the field of response. It's like saying to the universe, "Yes, I got it. Keep going." Each confirmation, no matter how small, makes room for more of the new reality to manifest. Now that you've learned to perceive the signals of your new frequency in the real world, it's time to integrate it all. In the next step, we will unite each part of this journey into a renewed vibrational identity and show you how to live in alignment with it every day, with awareness and power. You have come this far because something within you has recognized the truth that is being spoken. Throughout this journey, you have accessed hidden codes, reprogrammed invisible patterns, aligned your vibration, learned to act consciously, and recognized the signs of the universe around you. But knowing is not enough. True transformation happens in practice when you let this new reality be your usual state. The frequency that now pulsates within your being is no longer dependent on external circumstances. It depends on how well you live in coherence with the field you have activated. This means acting, thinking, and feeling as someone who already lives his highest version. Ignoring what you've discovered here can cause you to relapse into the same old cycles. This knowledge is a key, and keys only work when they're used. The universe doesn't respond to what you just hear. It responds to what you vibrate with intention and consistency. You now know that. That is the strength, but also the responsibility. If this journey has touched, enlightened, or inspired you, subscribe to the channel now. Here you'll find more deep, direct, and distraction-free content. And if you want to give back that energy generously, click the Super Thanks button below. Your contribution helps this message reach more people, keeps this work alive, and creates a vibrational network of active consciousness. What you started here is just the beginning. Keep your field clear, your mind awake, and your intention set. Come back to this content whenever you need to remember who you are, a conscious co-creator, capable of shaping reality with presence and vibrational power. May your journey continue to expand, and may your light reach those who need to feel it. You're all set. Live like this.